It was from Fox News. They're like, Trump cuts U.S. aid to 3 Mexican countries.
Wait.
So, yeah.
Wait.
So it's like all of South America is different Mexicans.
Wait, hold up.
3?
Brazil is soccer Mexico. Chile is beach Mexico.
Argentina was meat Mexico.
Wait.
I'm gonna say, is there rainforest Mexico in there?
Fucking, oh my God, this is OD, son. Cuba, communist Mexico.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
All right, well, time to go to America's real pastime.
Yep.
Which is the
Hating black people?
all right, America's second favorite pastime.
Nah. Hold on. I gotta. Yeah, John.
That was a good one,
go.
John.
Yeah, nice.
Oh boy, but yeah, the football, and we're now in week 4. Crazy, right? Feels like we just started. Now we're a quarter of the way through the season.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
COVID
is still among us.
COVID is still among us, and we saw it with the COVID Newtons. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hope for a speedy recovery for Cam, though.
Yes.
All reports are saying that he is good, though. But
We've seen the first game moved.
we've seen multiple games.
2 games moved.
I mean, we had a game postponed, moved to week 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking up our season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it moves, takes away our bye week, right?
It moves our bye week.
Moves our bye week.
Oh,
And now we're
no.
playing it Thursday.
God forbid the Lamars doesn't have a bye week on this week.
Hey, man, dude, everyone's worried about him taking too many hits.
I mean, how about the Steelers? Steelers now don't have now they have to go, I think, 15 straight weeks or something like that because they use this as their bye. Week 4. So now you have to, like 12 straight weeks. That's bull crap, John.
I mean, hey.
Where's your sympathy for them?
COVID. I mean, listen, this is what
I'm a Ravens fan.
this is what the NFL wanted to do. They said, we have in the season. So
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. And
Well, they've done a decent, I mean, so far, I think they've handled it pretty well.
Yeah, the thing
yeah.
that worries me is I feel like this shows that they have handled it well, so people are probably slacking off a bit because they're probably like, "Oh yeah, we've been fine for a couple weeks now. We've been handling it well," and then they
Tell
slept.
that to those new protocols because they keep every week. It seems like the NFL keeps coming out with these new protocols of like, "Yo, if you're not wearing your mask and you're not doing your testing, we're going to start penalizing you." So now it went from just a fine to loss of draft picks and suspension to now, if they really feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you forfeit the game.
I feel like it's kind of what happened with baseball in the beginning a little bit, where it's like it took them fucking up for everyone to be like, all right, we really got to get our shit together if we want to have this season.
Took the Marlins and the Cardinals to mess up for them to be like, all right, let's kind of get serious.
So that's what I feel like now what's happening with football, which I'm not surprised that happened now because those teams are so fucking big. But I feel like you said, like with the increased fines and stuff, it goes to show where those chemistry teams are. Because it's got to happen in the locker room. Like, yo, y'all, if we want to win this shit, if we want to keep having the season, y'all got to do your shit. Like, be responsible, keep your shit together.
I mean, we see.
And if you don't have strong leadership in that locker room, and the people don't fuck with each other, they'll be like, man, fuck you. You're not doing shit anyway. I'm gonna do what I want.
Well, even when they fuck with each other, you're still seeing mess ups. I mean, the Raiders got fined this week because there was a bunch of players at Darren Waller's
there's a fundraiser,
which. You know, it was for a good cause, but there was
you can't be over there not masked up taking pictures.
One, not masked up, and 2, I think they were like over capacity for what the state of Nevada says you can have for like a public gathering. I think their limit is 50, and they had like 100. So it's like, yo, the Raiders are the most penalized, the most fined team in the league right now in terms of messing up with the protocol. So, Gruden and grinders, baby.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, COVID it fucked shit up, but to be honest, I thought it could have. I mean. Could have went worse. It could have went worse. Because, I mean, they moved the game, but what would have happened, like, later on if they had canceled the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if, like, even when this shit came out with the Chiefs, I mean, they postponed the game, but shit, it was so last minute. They could have, it could have been worse. And it sucks because, obviously, we are living through a pandemic, so, that shit like this is liable to happen. But, I mean, I don't know.
I think it might have just been because I think Cam was the only one that tested positive for the Patriots.
Yeah.
But there was a guy that tested positive on the Chiefs, too.
Yeah, the practice squad joint. But if it was Mahomes, though, oh, man.
Shut the whole league down.
Oh, that's
the
right.
league is getting shut down. Bro.
Absolutely.
Nah, but hey, well, speaking of keeping it on that game though, the Chiefs didn't look great, like at all.
It's hard to go 4-0.
It's hard to go 4-0, but they didn't look great. Patriots, let's have a real conversation about this nigga Julian Edelman, man. Let's have a real conversation.
Oh, so you're talking about Super Bowl MVP Julian Edelman?
People said he was a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Oh, they were saying that.
Mans is out here stinking it, like, bro, the interception that Honey Badger got.
Oh yeah,
bro,
clean drop.
Hall of Famers are messing up that pass.
I ain't never seen Larry. I don't think I ever actually even seen Larry Fitzgerald drop a pass.
He has more. There was a crazy stat that said he has more
tackles and drop passes
than drop passes.
Yes, and yes, Larry Fitzgerald, underrated, guys. But anyhow, yeah, bro. The thing is with the Chiefs game, I only saw some of the game, so I won't speak too much on it. But I mean, Belichick, man, he kept it close. I mean, the spread was like 13, I think, on the game, and this shit was 9-6 at halftime or 9-3.
I got the game when it was. I think I got it on like Thursday when it was at -11 Chiefs.
Yeah.
Bro, for like literally 3.5 quarters, I'm like, yo, these niggas are not gonna cover the spread.
Yeah.
Yo, but hey, the Honey Badger interception return for touchdown helped, and then some late turnovers. Can you believe that there was actually a conversation of Cam Newton not being the starter over Jarrett Stidham?
Oh,
then
yeah.
Stidham didn't even start the game. It was Brian Hoyer, and Brian Hoyer proved why Brian Hoyer should not start in the NFL. How could you?
Oh, I mean, some people on this podcast are pretty confident about Brian Hoyer being in the Patriot system.
Whoa. Just because you know the system. Whoa, hold on now. You know what? We're not going to
Some people on this podcast were confident about Brian Hoyer.
I didn't say he was going to get the starting job over Cam.
This was before Cam was signed, and everyone was like, oh, they don't need to sign a quarterback. They can just be fine with Brian Hoyer because it's the system, and he'll do fine.
Because
he knows the system.
Well, I didn't say they were going to do fine. I said they could get through this year and then just draft a quarterback next year. You could do that. Could you not?
But, you know.
We'll go back in the tapes.
Yeah, you should actually go back and listen, you know.
I should, but I won't.
Episode 40-something, you guys.
It had to be. Only 40?
Probably 40-something. God, had to be 40-something. What, we at 61 now? Yeah, definitely 40-something.
Maybe. We'll have to go back to the tapes. We'll have research get in on that. But, all right.
We'll get the intern.
Anyway, but what's really weird
Apply
is...
for an internship at Saratobi Sports.
Right.
Hey, man. Get your college credit. Can we do that?
Probably.
If someone...
Hey, man, any of y'all social media people.
Right?
Right, exactly.
So Mylz isn't helping there.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, but I mean, how big of a play? I don't know how much you guys watched the game, but how big of a play was it at the end of the second half?
I was
second
watching
quarter?
baseball and playing Among Us, which we should definitely all get on.
Oh, you're talking. I know
Among
exactly.
Us?
I know exactly.
I've been on Among
No, I'm
Us.
saying we should all like play.
Oh, well, Mylz doesn't use his phone now, so
Well, you can use it for Among Us, and you guys already have Discord, so
Yes.
why would I use Discord? I just use my phone.
because we're
We're gonna stream it on Discord.
no, we do voice chat. I was like I had like 10 people last night.
I don't want to talk to you guys,
Dude, it was mad fun.
It's funnier when you don't talk to people.
No,
'cause then you're-
it's mad fun.
All right, but getting
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're
Getting-
talking about the end of the
second quarter
when
they had no timeouts, 23 seconds left, and he took a sack.
can't take a sack.
Can't take a sack because at least at the worst you should get a field goal. Right, you're inside the 20. Worst, you should get a field goal. He takes a sack, then he tries to call timeout, even though he doesn't have him. That's something a rookie does, not somebody that's been in the league for a minute, like Brian Hoyer's had.
That's
like
a,
Brian Hoyer.
that's a Darnold move, not a.
Yo, watch your mouth. All right,
Oh, okay.
that's not a Darnold move.
Yeah.
All right, Darnold would just throw the interception. All right,
Okay. Nice. You're right. Yeah.
he sling that shit in there.
Yeah, that's right. He throw that shit with conviction.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
but
you cannot take a sack there. That's just bad football. That's Belichick. You know, Belichick. He's probably yelled at him on the sideline.
does this show just how important Cam is though to this offense? Like the defense is solid. Like that, the Patriots, I will say, have a very solid. Even with all the people they're at.
Oh,
Very
bro,
solid defense.
that's what I'm saying. But that's something you could always rely on Belichick. He's a defensive coach. He knows how to coach defense, and you can see that how they held the Chiefs to not even a first half touchdown in the game.
Does this speak? All right, so you talking about Belichick being a defensive coach, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing how Matt Patricia has struggled in Detroit. How much credit now do we give Belichick over Patricia for those defenses?
My
back
thing
then?
about the Lions is their record should be better. They should have won that first game.
They should have.
Going into this game, they should have been 2-1.
A defensive genius
So my
doesn't
thing
give
is-
up that last second score to Mr. Trubisky.
But at the same time, if it's 2-1, are we still having this conversation, or are we just not? Are we just ignoring the lines? If it's 2-1, I don't think we have this conversation.
If it's 2-1, but they're not 2-1.
Looking at the coin.
No, but that's not his fault. It's not his fault.
It is his defense.
It's not his fault. Swift dropped the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, but
it's his defense that gave up the lead, the double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. It's his defense that gave up the double-digit lead against the Saints this week.
But his team was in a position to win. His team was in a position to win.
But I'm saying, even if he's not calling plays, I'm pretty sure he's the one that's probably calling the defense. Just how Todd Bowles was calling the defense for the Jets.
Right.
No, that's what I mean by calling plays. I don't expect him to call the offensive plays.
Oh yeah, no. Offensive wise, I highly doubt he's calling plays. But defensive wise, they should be a better team than, especially giving up a lead to Mitch Trubisky. That defense should be embarrassed for themselves. Yes, they should have won because he should have caught the ball.
Do they have the personnel?
Even though they let go of Slay, they still should have.
What is the rest of the defense? They drafted a corner this year.
Yeah, he's been playing well. Akuda. Yeah, he's been playing well.
But
they're not a ragtag defense like the Jets. Like they have decent players.
They have some decent players.
I'm just saying their defense should be better in terms of not blowing leads late in the game.
I mean, they also was up 14-0 against the Saints.
That's what I'm saying, right? And like, yes, it's the Saints, but at the same time, come on, your defense got to come through.
Going back to answer your question, yes, I mean it's Belichick, but yes, Belichick is honored. I said,
arguably.
Sorry, thank you. Arguably the greatest head coach of all time, and to me, it's not even an argument. So yeah, I think Belichick is definitely going to get credit because you see how with a lot of the people on his coaching tree, including one that just got fired, you know how that is going. You know,
talking about B.O.B.
Talking about B.O.B.
Love to see it. Deshaun has been freed. I'm so happy.
Is it weird? Is this
all right?
Is it weird, Mylz?
This is all right. So this is my whole take on this season in particular, and this is my whole take on the whole D-Hop trade. The D-Hop trade was a bad trade, not because you traded D-Hop, but because you got nothing great in return.
You didn't get a first.
You didn't get a first. You get a first or a couple of firsts with DeAndre Hopkins. You know what? Okay, I get it. But it just seemed like you tried to move DeAndre Hopkins out of spite or because they didn't want to pay him. Whatever reason, could be a good reason, but the return just wasn't there. So that's what made it a bad trade for me. And I've said this when the trade first went down. Okay.
And in the first week too, he was like, I couldn't even talk to teams that didn't have a quarterback and a rookie do.
Right.
So that's like, it definitely comes into money. I just feel like if he got a first round pick, because David Johnson isn't a bad back by any means. If they got a first round pick, it's people are looking at this trade differently.
And that's cool.
But like, they didn't. And it's another reason why
that's why it's a bad trade. And that's why he should not have been general manager in making these decisions. But now my whole problem with this is that yes, he should have been fired. Not this year, last year. Because if you're gonna deal with all the bullshit that he did with the team, firing him at 0-4 does not make any sense. Especially when the last game that Deshaun played against the Vikings, they were in a position to win. Will Fuller just dropped the pass. And I'm not making excuses for Bill O'Brien. I don't think that like I said, he should have gotten fired when like last year. But at this point, 0-4, firing Bill O'Brien is doing what? It's not really his fault that they went 0-4 when you got to play against the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Steelers in back-to-back weeks, and then you're in a position to win the last game, but your number one receiver drops a pass. And yes, you can make the argument D-Hop wouldn't have dropped that pass. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're putting your players in a position to make plays. And this is the same argument that you're saying with Matt Patricia is that DeAndre Swift was in a position where he had to make a play.
I don't think the game was just that though. I watched more of that game and it was just rough.
Yeah, that was a rough game.
They should have beat the Vikings.
They should.
The Vikings were 0-3 as well and did not play the same schedule the Texans played.
That's a fact.
I'm just glad that Deshaun is freed now.
Yeah,
because this gives him the opportunity to still have success further on instead of having mediocre. I don't say mediocre, but still having seasons where this potential is not actualized. So my thing is, I think they should hire Eric Bieniemy this offseason.
Yeah,
I think that should be the guy they get.
No, he's mine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. He's not coming.
Yeah, I think that's what should happen. And I'm just glad that we don't have to deal with Bill O'Brien because like even like we're watching, he's still calling the plays on offense. I'm pretty sure, and It was just very questionable decisions for a lot of things.
And if you want to go back to the playoffs last year, I think he should have gotten fired. What saved his job was the Bills game. Him winning that playoff game against the Bills when they were down 14-0 to start and they ended up coming back and winning.
Is that when Deshaun went full Deshaun?
Yes, that was when Deshaun went. He game breaker Deshaun.
Yeah, so
Literally.
that had nothing to do with Bill.
It wouldn't. It really didn't. But you know
Yeah.
what?
It did save his job.
Here's the caveat to that. He put his player in a position to make plays. And what did Deshaun do? He made plays. And then he was up against the Chiefs, 21-0, and then he lost. So then it's like,
Yeah.
it's tough. But I mean, honestly, and it's probably, and I don't want to.
Deshaun's greatness, I feel like, has kept his job security. That was it. If he had any other, I'm gonna say any, but if he had a quarterback that wasn't Deshaun,
Yep.
or like at that level,
Yep.
he's fired way early.
I agree with that, and it's probably the same reason why the Jets don't want to fire Adam Gase right now, because if they fire him, it's just making a statement more than it is like actually helping the team.
I think that's a good statement to make for the Jets, though.
And
I think the statement is that we're trying to turn a corner and we're trying to do something different. We're not going to just ride with the mediocrity and just waste another full season.
Bold
So at
of
the
you
end
to
of the day,
think.
as bad as 0-4 is, a season can still be salvaged at 0-4.
Look at the Browns. When they fired Hugh Jackson and G. Will took over, they technically were in a position late in the season to make the playoffs. I think they finished 7-9.
They almost won the AFC.
7-8-1. 7-8-1.
7-8-1. So they were technically there. And Baker Mayfield, what did he do once he became a starter after they fired Hugh Jackson? Oh, yeah, just went on and broke, the rookie single season record for touchdowns. So the interesting thing about Bill O'Brien, though, is that as bad as he's been, right, and we say he's bad, he's had so much success, like, just on the surface.
Yeah.
4 division titles. Mind you, the AFC South is not, like, great, right? But he has 4 division titles, 52, a plus 500 record. Yes, it's a under 500 record in the playoffs, but on the surface, he should have the job security that, you would think, right?
Adam Gase has.
Did me and you just see the same thing?
The Aaron Rodgers shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's tough.
See...
That is tough.
All right, real quick.
What happened,
Just
what
because a Bleacher Report thing, Pat McAfee show, this nigga has great content on his shit too. I gotta show love is due. I said Patrick. Aaron Rodgers calls out critics. Packers QB on people thinking he was done. Down years for me are career years for most quarterbacks.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
That's OD.
Talk that talk.
That's
talk
tough.
that
I
talk.
fucking love it, bro.
Aaron Rodgers,
Ron.
he's a bad man.
That's a bad bitch right there.
I've been riding for Aaron Rodgers because to me, it always felt like Dirk, where it was supremely talented, but just wasn't in that system.
Let me just ask you something. Who was he throwing the ball to last night?
Oh,
It doesn't matter who he was throwing the ball to last night.
I was actually going to answer the question.
It doesn't matter.
That was great.
Top 2 wide receivers are out, Adams and Lazard. He was throwing to
And
tight ends.
Lazard would be a number 3 receiver on most teams.
Yep.
You put him on the Panthers, he might be 4th on the depth chart. Alan Lazard. Tay Adams is tough though. I give him that. But who was he throwing the ball to last night?
Tanyan.
Aaron Jones, Tanyan,
Tanyan.
the
Aaron
backup
Jones
running.
is nice,
I mean, the
though.
backup running back.
Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams.
Williams had like 8 for 92.
Yeah, nah,
like,
he was going off.
He was
going off. But nah, on some G shit. And I mean, I guess now we can talk about the Packers. Yeah, bro, they look fucking good. They said that Matt LaFleur, 17-3 is fourth best amongst 20 game starts in a head coach's career. 4th best of all time.
kind of easy when you have the most talented quarterback we've seen in our generation.
I know.
I don't know why people never. I don't know why people were people really didn't want to admit that that Aaron Rodgers was the most skilled
Talented,
and complete quarterback of our generation.
Dude, I've been making this argument. Like you know what I mean? It's frustrating because it's like you make the argument across a lot of sports, but it's like it just sucks because he was never put in that position. He didn't have a defense for so many years. Like he didn't have a running game until last year.
Like you have to be blind to and not you have to be either biased or just a Tom Brady lover to think that Tom Brady at any point in his career, even at peak Tom Brady, was anywhere near as talented as peak Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers was doing shit that we hadn't seen until Pat Mahomes came into the league.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it like that. And I think now that the game is shifting such that we have the Lamar Jacksons and the Lamar Jacksons, the Russell Wilsons, and the Patrick Mahomes, it kind of takes away from the greatness of what Aaron Rodgers is doing, especially because, like he just said, last year was a down year for him, and he still had over.
Bro, I would kill if Sam had Aaron Rodgers was there last year, I'd kill for that.
Yeah.
No, that line he said is absolutely right. A
He's
down
right.
year for him is career for most
Didn't
quarterbacks.
Drake have a line like that? Some rapper had a
know,
line
That
like
is,
that.
that's
Bro, it's the truth.
That's very crazy. For
Aaron
him to
Rodgers isn't
actually
going to
go
get
and say
his
that.
flowers until after, unless he wins another ring.
Yeah.
And it does suck, but it's like I remember watching them. They lost some playoff series, and it was he played hurt. And part of the reason where it's like things you're saying, we're not seeing to Patrick Mahomes, the throws he's making outside of the pocket. One of the things that made Aaron Rodgers great was he was able to create time, let his receivers get open. Like, you know, what I mean?
He could run. Like, he stopped running for like the past 2 years, but at his peak, he was out here getting.
And they still not drafting first round wide receivers.
he was out here getting 40 yards rushing a game.
Look at they pulled it up. I think it was last week, where the amount of first round picks that he's thrown passes to, it was him, Peyton, and Brady, and Aaron Rodgers has 3, literally 3 first round picks, and the rest of them have over 100.
I just think that if keeping it completely honest, you want to talk about the MVP conversation. Usually, by this time last year, we were seeing what Lamar was doing. He was like, oh yeah, Lamar is on the Mahomes trajectory, but based off of how they both started the MVP seasons, it was Lamar. Mahomes started his year. We're like, oh shit, Patrick Mahomes. Oh yeah, he's gonna win MVP. This year, I don't know. I think it's
got to be Rodgers or Russ.
It's got to be. It's not clear. It's not clear cut because it's you could make that argument for both of them, but then it's Mahomes. Yesterday, all right. Yesterday, Mahomes wasn't Mahomes, but Mahomes against arguably the best team in the league. We saw what he did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I think Rodgers or Russ is probably the safer bet right now.
Because I don't think either of them has a better roster than the Chiefs.
Yeah, and that's fair too.
Because that's the thing. It's the thing about the Chiefs is Mahomes is cooking. Mahomes has still had good receivers his entire career.
Yep.
Which is very different. The other two had to make good receivers.
Yep.
Outside of
outside of DK.
Yeah. And that's literally it. That's as great as Pat Mahomes is. You gotta take that little grain of salt where it's he's had a great receiving core constantly.
And that's
he's had a top tier receiver every year.
Yep.
And it's that's not a thing that any of the other quarterbacks had.
How good is Jordy Nelson on any team that's not the Packers? What is Jordy Nelson's what is Jordy Nelson's career? Is Jordy Nelson just the NFC version of Julian Edelman?
Yes.
And it's not because they're both white wide receivers.
I think the best receiver he had was Randall Cobb.
Nah, I think it's Tay. I think it's Devontae.
Tay.
Or you can say Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings, another one.
Nice.
He's had.
I think
he had Donald Driver for a little bit at the end of his career.
You know what it is?
Again?
Aaron Rodgers had talented receivers, but the thing about it is that
no first round talents.
Yeah, right.
Well, Packers do a good job of getting non first round talent.
And this is
and how many rings has that one Rick Carlisle? Exactly.
Is that bad or good?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You have arguably one of the like you're saying, arguably the most talented quarterback of all time, and you have one ring from him and have not really put him in a position to succeed as often. He's basically making that position. That's my thing.
Could the argument be made that it's to a very lesser extent? I'm not saying they're the same guy, but Matt Stafford in Detroit puts up numbers. He's not talent wise as good as Rodgers, but his quarterback play is good enough to have more success than what they've had because they haven't been able to field a team around him. Either they have a good offense, or they have no defense, or they have defense and no offense.
I see what you're saying, but I think it's here and here.
Because
of the amount of picks and everything. But I do think it is similar. The principles.
Stafford could be the quarterback of a Super Bowl team.
Yeah. He could.
But he would need more help.
He needed better defense and probably a better head coach as well. Because you saw that when he had Jim Caldwell, they had winning seasons.
And how about that? Matt Patricia saying, when I came in, there was a lot of work to be done. Jim Caldwell never had a losing season with the Lions.
And he got isn't it crazy?
And he got fired.
Yep.
Racism.
On his day off.
What did you say earlier about America's pastime, John?
Oh, hating black people.
And he should have. And mind you, they had
especially in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
They had a 10-win or 11-win season. Didn't win the division because Aaron Rodgers went 13-3 that year.
Yep.
And they ended up getting hosed in that. Remember the Cowboys game?
Oh, I remember. I was in Jamaica.
The non-pass interference call.
Yep, and then that's why later on karma's a bitch because they played against the Cowboys played against the Packers, and that's where it was a catch, even though it wasn't a catch.
And
The
man,
ball
I'm
moved.
I'm just happy that Aaron's like in the defense is like solid. Darius Smith is the truth. Love him.
Yes.
The defense is
Shout out to
solid.
Big
Aaron
Facts
Jones
is
is
Big Facts is the Darius Smith.
Aaron Jones,
Breonna
top
Taylor, shout out,
5 back in the league.
Aaron Jones, absolutely. Yeah, he got Aaron Rodgers got talent around him, but nobody.
They still shouldn't have drafted a quarterback in the first round and gave him a wide receiver.
Shit. Yeah. I'm about to say.
You know what's funny? I feel like Aaron
could have gave him T. Higgins.
Who's killing,
bro.
by the way. Shout out to the Bengals for winning their first game.
I wanted T.
T.
I
Higgins,
really wanted the
T.
Ravens to
Higgins is
draft
looking
him.
like it's looking like him, Justin Jefferson, and my boy Compact This Lamb.
I
the
wanted
three
fucking
best
T.
receivers
Higgins.
so
Like
far.
before the draft, everyone was talking. I was like, bro, like if he somehow falls to us, and we probably could have got him, but it is.
You know what's funny is that Aaron is probably just going to do the same. Well, it's probably going to be the same situation with him and Favre, where Justin's going to be there for like 2 or 3 years, and then once Rodgers, because Rodgers 36, once Rodgers is like, because I think it's more of a case Rodgers will say, you know what, I'm done. Like he himself will be like, I'm walking
I'm
away.
tired of this shit.
Yeah, and then he'll be like, all right, yo, Love, go out there, ball out. You've learned under me for 3 years.
Because he's not like he doesn't have beef with Jordan Love. Like remember
No, he
when,
doesn't.
Remember when Mason Rudolph got drafted and Ben was tight?
Yeah.
Like actually like, yo, why would you draft this dude? Like, I think the Aaron Rodgers was like, if y'all want to draft him, that's cool, but y'all probably didn't need to trade up and draft him in the first round. Y'all could have got him later.
coulda got him
anyone was
later,
looking at
like-
him. Like y'all could have got me a wide receiver and got him in the second round. Like
It's like, no, and we see the same, and it could be also the same with how, you know, it's not to say that Alex Smith is Aaron Rodgers, but Pat Mahomes did sit out a year before, was it a year or 2 years?
a year.
A year before finally taking the reins, and he learned under a quarterback who's been in the league for a while.
And when
So,
Mahomes was drafted, everyone was just like, huh? They're
Exactly.
like they're like out. They've had great years under Alex Smith.
it's the long game, people. It's the long game.
Remember, Lamar Jackson wasn't supposed to start his rookie year.
Nope.
I've wanted
Speaking
Flacco with the paint, but
Speaking of Flacco, he's probably
Joe Flacco currently leads the league in passing percentage, though. So let's give him credit there.
Hey, okay.
2 for 2.
oh, it just reminded me that our punter has like all time career percentage 7 of 7 in his career for
Hey.
passes.
It is
Those fake punts sometimes work, not just in Madden.
not just in Madden, right? Exactly.
Oh boy!
And
But
yeah.
speaking of the Flaccos,
Yes.
boy, does this Jets team stink? And you know what?
Just end the season.
JETS bums. My oh my, do these guys stink?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we're really going to be stuck with Adam Gase for all season, like those reports. And I didn't want to believe John when he texted the group chat. He was like, "Oh, I know somebody at the Jets," and
No, who's suggesting here?
yeah, and he's probably not going to go. I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe all the beat reporters.
I wanted you guys to get smoked because I'm like, if you got smoked, then it wouldn't seem as secure.
Yeah, but the
now
fact
it's no
that
chance.
it's like now that y'all scored 28 points, though, y'all offense isn't actually inept.
Well, we only scored 16 on offense.
16 on offense, right? Yeah.
We had one touchdown on offense.
Yes.
Everything else was field goals. And then we had the Pierre to see.
Desir pick six.
Bro,
That man
this
cannot-
man
oh
is the
my
most
God.
Jekyll and Hyde quarterback I've ever seen. Man's got absolutely dusted.
Nah, he's still cheap.
No, he's garbage.
Hold on,
Every
hold
dog,
on,
he's
every
hold
dog
on.
garbage.
has his day.
Hold on.
He's
hold
garbage.
On. Listen, Jerry Judy just mossed him, bro. Everybody gets mossed.
No.
Nah,
Not
no,
like
that wasn't it.
No,
that wasn't the only thing that happened that game,
Yeah,
bro.
what
He was
was
getting cooked all game.
Bro, he was getting chef.
the fact that Steve Smith at halftime goes, number 35 can't cover anybody.
I'm pretty sure when the Broncos went into the locker room, they said, wherever number 35 is, target, that's your first read. And it was because he gave up another touchdown in the third quarter.
he did.
And that's what made it so upsetting is that he had a actually crazy interception on the sidelines.
Yeah, that was actually.
And then he got a pick six, and I'm like, yo, he has so much confidence right now, but he's still buns. He's playing like Byron Maxwell out there. Remember that game where he got toasted for like 180 yards in the first half?
Oh, Byron Maxwell, man. He
Burnt
was,
toast. Eagles, Byron Maxwell,
Yeah.
wearing like the quarterback jersey.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad.
His sleeves.
bad.
Long ass sleeves just to get toasted. But no, this Jets defense is one, no talent. Aside, Quinn Williams is still playing well. I like that.
Yeah, he is.
But the most undisciplined defense I've ever seen
Oh
in my
my
life.
God, it was
Honestly,
terrible.
the way that Vic Fangio was just like, yeah, get off the field. We not dapping these niggas up. I fuck with that.
First
'Cause
of all,
at the end of the game, y'all, I don't know what the fuck.
First
was
off, Vic
going on.
Fangio could eat a dick because one, right, the game was over by then. The Jets had already used up all their timeouts.
Why they keep hitting him?
First of all, why did you run a play on fourth down?
Yeah, they should have kneeled it.
Why didn't you just knee it? You're at the 45. It's like 13 seconds left. Turn the ball over on downs. The Jets aren't going to come back in the game. I don't understand. Why are you throwing? To waste it? You couldn't even burn the clock out to begin with. So you let your quarterback do that, and I'm pretty sure G. Will was like, oh, he's going to keep throwing on us? Bet. Go out there and level him. Do I agree with it? No, but but at the same time, hey, if you're going to do that, you run the risk of what's happened to your quarterback.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I just feel bad for the QB. I do agree that they should have
Like,
nailed
just
that. I was very confused.
Or run the ball.
Yeah, I was very confused as to what
why?
they were doing. But y'all about to trade for that quarterback, dog.
Trade for
That backup quarterback, that rookie.
Who?
What's his name? Stipend?
Brett Rypien?
Rypien?
Yeah,
There
You said
we
Rypien.
we're going to trade for him?
Yeah.
Why
What's
would
gonna
we
happen?
trade? I mean, we already traded for Kellen Balaj, and then 2 weeks later, we ended up cutting him because he sucks.
When he's gonna end up on a New York team.
Nah, he's not this one.
So end up on a
not
New York
this one.
team.
Here's the thing. It's like
He's gonna end up on a New York team, and it won't be the Bills.
the
The best
the,
team in
Jet,
New York.
the Jets are bad. They don't know what to do with themselves. Mekhi Becton played. I don't know why he played. He was hurt.
Oh my God!
We almost gave away the best thing that happened to us, right? Now Sam Darnold is hurt, and they said he might play next week. I don't know why he would play
Shouldn't.
with a bye coming up. It's ineptitude on all fronts, from ownership down, just complete ineptitude. I still have faith in Joe Judge, but Joe Judge made a promise to Sam Darnold's parents, and this is my last point on the Jets. He made a promise to Sam Darnold's parents in the offseason that said, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect your son. Now, granted, he did improve the offensive line and drafted Mekhi Becton, who was easily looking like the best offensive lineman out of that draft so far.
Yeah.
But the Jets' offensive line is still getting Sam killed. He is tied for 7th in time sacked at 12, and the league lead is 16 right now.
Yep.
He's been pressured how many other times, right? He's scrambling for his life. He has no weapons on offense, right? So no weapons on offense, scrambling for your life. There is no recipe for success there. Where is Sam Darnold being protected at? And that's all I have to say on that. Nowhere.
Nah.
He's a ghost.
All right, let me just pull up these 2 tweets. One of them was from Jeff Schwartz. He's like, what the Jets did with Mekhi Becton tonight was irresponsible and stupid. They knew he'd tell them he can play. He's a rookie. He's not going to be like, oh, no, like, sit me out, coach. He's like, the team's supposed to look out for the future of their core players, and they play him, and they get hurt again. And you saw how tight he was on the sideline. He's like, yo, really could have just fucked up my whole career right here. And then the other thing was Steve Smith saying, Steve Smith and Sam Darnold saying they expect him to write a paper with a non-sharpened pencil.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like going into a...
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty accurate.
It's like going to write way back when with your quill and ink, but you don't got no ink. I'm
Facts.
like, well,
All right. Well, I'll talk about the Giants real quick.
yay.
Well, this was surprising. Vegas had us at 13.5, minus 13.5. which
Yeah,
is,
I took that in one of my parlays.
Yeah, sorry. Spread killers. It's like, nah. But nah, for sure. I mean, it was just a great defensive performance. I mean, we actually have linebackers now. We actually have a decent looking secondary, and that's good. You can tell that Joe Judge, whatever he's telling these dudes, it has them wanting to be competitive. And like I said last week, this is all I want. I just want a competitive football team, a team that's not going to give up, midway through the season. I don't want to see that.
We just got to get them to not be on the field as long.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We were better on third down. The Rams are a really good team. Like, the Rams have been a really good team all season. And outside of that one freaking touchdown in the Cooper Cup, like, overall, I have no complaints from the defense. And keeping the Rams to 17 points, I mean, that's way better than anybody thought. And the fact that the under hit in the game, that's way better than anybody thought.
I would say, sorry.
Yeah,
Finish your
no.
Giants stuff.
All I was gonna say, Daniel Jones, he played better. I mean, not having the turnovers was great until the last until the last inning. I mean, I said last inning. Sorry, we're watching the Braves and Marlins game. The last possession, and it's just frustrating because he had a lane where he could have just ran it and gotten the first down, but he threw it, and it sucks because we really had a legitimate chance to tie the game. But at any point did I feel like the Giants were going to win? Absolutely not. But it was just improvement, and that's what you want to see in a young team. The Giants are the youngest team in the NFL, average age 26. So we got years to grow, and the defense is really looking great. And it's gonna be interesting playing against the Cowboys, who have the worst defense in the league. Coming into next week, but we shall see.
And my only thing is, I will say, shout out to Jared Goff and the Rams, because last year we were all kind of like Jared Goff might be very fraudulent, And this year, I feel like it's like he actually worked on shit, and he looks like a better quarterback than he has.
Yeah,
like
just over eye test, he definitely looks like a.
Yeah, it does not look like how he did. Like last year, he looked like a complete fraud.
Yeah, I think because they were adjusting because they planned to have Todd Gurley in the offense. You know what I'm saying? And then like with injuries and shit to Todd Gurley, that was kind of an adjustment that they had to make. And now, no Todd Gurley there. He's not in the game plan anymore. Now Jared Goff, he looks confident. Ironically enough.
Yeah. I'll just talk about the Ravens real quick, and we can go into the rapid fire.
That's fine.
So, another win. I will say the Redskins. Sorry, the Washington football team.
Damn it, John! The R word again.
Yeah, my bad.
He doesn't learn.
The Washington football team. They don't look as bad as their record shows. They're gonna watch them end up winning the fucking division. Dwayne Haskins looked better than I thought he would. Like considerably better than I thought.
He didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, he just looked better, and he wasn't playing against like no slouch deep. Our front seven. And
your corners too.
Yeah, my only thing about the Ravens right now is our safeties still look mad young. I really think that Chuck Clark is still playing great, and I think Deshaun Elliott is a really good player. I just think he's kind of small, and I think they need a veteran. Like, and it sucks, but it's like if Earl Thomas wasn't such a dickhead. We really could have used him.
Yep.
Just to help groom Deshaun a bit more, because the issue with Deshaun is that all his seasons have been marred by injury, so he never had a full season.
Yep.
So that's the only thing. I just don't like how we're tackling is in the secondary right now, outside of Marlon, because Marlon's the real fucking deal. Shout out to Marlon for getting paid too. Deserved every single penny. Yeah. And you gotta love it when he's out here like, hey man, like it's not about being the highest paid corner, it's about staying a Raven.
Yeah.
And now our secondary is really locked, man. Like, we got him, Marcus Peters, and Chuck Clark signed to at least through 2023.
Real quick thing. Isn't Terry McLaurin really fucking good?
Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah. Terry is like...
I never really watched him play, but no, he's very good.
I won't say he torched the Ravens defense, but he was doing his thing. He was eating up.
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like we just need... It would have been nice to... This is... With everything happening, it would have really been nice to still have Brandon Carr in the roster. Because he had really good years with us, and they were playing him at some safety and whatnot. So we have Jimmy splitting time safety. I just feel like a little more veteran presence would be nice there. But it looks good to kind of get some, like Hollywood had a good game. You know what I mean? Mark Andrews finally looked like he was back after scoring 2 touchdowns that game on some really great passes. Yeah. Like Lamar, gave him some dimes.
Yeah.
So we're still not at our final form, but we a good showing. And next week I'm pretty sure we play the Titans. I think.
Maybe. I'll check.
It's either the Titans or the Steelers.
I'll check.
I think it's the Titans though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Nice.
And with that, let's hit that rapid fire real quick.
Woo! All right. So the first 3 games we basically covered already: New England, Kansas City, Atlanta, Green Bay, Baltimore, Washington. All right. I like this. I like this game a lot. Chargers at Tampa Bay. This was nationally televised in New York, so I don't know if y'all actually got to watch it or not.
Yeah, no,
Justin Herbert's.
I didn't like it. I wanted Seahawks Miami as the nationally televised game.
Really?
But this was good too. I mean, Herbert looked good, and aside from
legit.
just the late interception that plagues all rookies, I will say though, I'm disappointed in the defense though. You can't go up 24-7 and lose.
But
especially with the rookie quarterback, you got to give him some more support.
The problem with that was that fumble at the end of the first half. That's what killed.
Yep.
That's what killed him because they was up, like you said, 24-7. Hit that field goal. You can't give a quarterback like Brady momentum and an experienced coach like Bruce Arians something to feed off of. You know. So Anthony Lynn, you got to do better. Come on, bro. There's not many black coaches in the league, so we need you to keep this job. You know what I'm saying?
The two games that fucked up my parlay the other day were the Texans and the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
Because I still don't think the Bucs are that good.
I will say there's a little bit of ignorance going around with the whole why wasn't Herbert the starter to start off the season? Well, I mean, clearly there's a reason why Anthony Lynn was going to go with Tyrod over Herbert. If Herbert was that good in the preseason, in the training camp,
not having camp.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And it makes just more sense. And we're only saying this now. I mean, granted, they haven't won with Herbert.
Yeah.
But we're only saying this because of how well he's playing. Nobody was saying this after the Chargers won with Tyrod after week 1. Like, we should play her. Because if Tyrod's healthy and they still do the same thing, or if they win another game, nobody's saying, got to start Herbert. So I just think Tyrod's getting a bad rap.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I do. And I feel like that generally happens, especially with more of a journeyman quarterback. They're usually the first scapegoat. But man, Herbert outside of that pick at the end, which was rough. He definitely showed some stuff, man. Like he was slinging them.
But you know what
that
helps
thing.
though? A young quarterback having good time in the pocket and a dope ass wide receiver to throw to in Keenan Allen.
Yep,
bro. Keenan, that one first down he had where he just like basically jumped over.
Yep,
that shit was so clean.
They saying that's a catch of the year, bro. Yeah, Keenan Allen is really fucking good at football.
And him having this quarterback is not Phillip Rivers. Love to see it.
Yep, my son Herbert be getting my boy to rock. Hopefully, Austin Eckler gets healthy.
Yeah.
Seattle at Miami, the spread killers, man.
You knew Fitz was gonna do something. Man.
Yeah, the spread killers. I mean, this wasn't Russ's best game. I mean,
It wasn't Tyler Lockett's best game either.
Wasn't Tyler Lockett's best game either.
should have started Will Fuller, damn, or Jamison Crowder. I would have won this week.
For sure. I said it last week is that Seattle's defense is gonna get them in a lot of trouble. There's no way that you should let Miami with Ryan Fitzpatrick put up 23 points on you, and it's not a lot. But this game was really close, and Miami's defense actually was playing very well up until Russ through that.
I think Miami's
that
a pushover team, man.
They're not.
I don't. I
Yeah.
mean, we said it after they made all those moves this offseason where we were like, if Tua's healthy, it might, and there wasn't a pandemic, so you had camp and all that shit. They might be a pretty solid team. And I don't think they're a pushover at all.
Yeah.
Like you said, spread killers for a reason.
And it's not an if, but when. I think because Fitzpatrick said he's gonna start this at some point this season. It's just a matter of when he's ready.
Yep.
So
and we're waiting on it. I mean, it's past week 4, so yeah, we'll see. All right. Next game we covered New Orleans at Detroit. Kind of covered it, but I want to talk about it more.
I just be feeling bad for Matt Stafford. It feels like whenever there's some success, something just happens or he messes up or just something.
Yeah.
But the Saints, I still I still don't think the Saints at their best to win their Super Bowl. I don't. As good as Alvin Kamara is, I don't know, man. I just don't see it happening. Just Drew Brees to me hasn't been Drew Brees that we know. But
I think
and that defense, the defense has looked old, man.
The defense has hurt this
old.
game. I mean, it's tough. Do you really take a lot into account when Detroit puts up 29 against? You don't have Marshawn Lattimore or Janoris Jenkins, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling the Saints this year. I say it every week though.
Yeah.
Another team that I'm not really feeling right now, Cleveland at Dallas. This game was
I told bro.
Shout
out to the Browns.
First off, the Browns are 3-1.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, even though they're in my division. I love seeing them succeed because I love Odell. I love Baker. Seeing them especially after last year where Baker had the wild sophomore slump and everyone wanted to write him off, but had a shitty coach.
How about Odell this game?
Hey man, he needed it.
Yeah,
he needed it. And we were saying it last week. It seemed like it seemed like the Browns were getting their swagger back, and Odell reminded y'all this is we haven't had a healthy Odell in a while.
My man's on the end around. It wasn't the first 2 touchdowns. All right, whatever. Trick play, and then Baker finds him in the end zone. Cool. It was the end around, and Giants fans, we know how fast Odell is. But the second he had blocks in front of him, I'm like, yo, this is a touchdown. I'm like, he's scoring on this. Shout out Dallas. They did their best to try and come back. Dak was trying his best to keep them in the game after he fumbled earlier, and then Zeke fumbled again in this game. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. Dallas really don't have no defense, but
y'all still think Dak's gonna get signed?
I think he's still gonna get paid because because the proof is in the pudding. I mean, what more can he do with the weapons that y'all surrounded him with? I mean,
do you think he's gonna stay there? I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's yet to be determined, and we will come back to that at a later date.
I also think the Cowboys are gonna sign Earl Thomas.
They should.
After how shitty that game was.
Anybody can use a secondary help. The Dallas, oh man, they need to. I don't know who the defensive coordinator is, but yikes. Jacksonville at Cincinnati.
I'm glad Cincinnati got their first win.
Yeah.
Again, Gardner Minshew is a good quarterback. Minshew's a good quarterback. Minshew mania. His throws are looking sharp.
Yep.
Shout out to Gardner Minshew, man. But they needed it, and Joe Mixon had a really good game. He needed that too.
Was frying. Yes, he did.
There was mad people in my fantasy chat that was dumb sick.
Could have had him on the bench.
Because he hasn't done anything all season. And then this game he does.
Oh nah, you can't bench an RB1. You can't bet Joe Mixon.
Yes, you can.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I started him. My boy Joe Mixon won me my fantasy league this week.
This week, what did he do last week?
Well, I lost, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Week 2.
All right.
Week 1.
And the week before that,
Last season, week 17.
Hey, shut up. Arizona at Carolina. Well, I think this whole Kyler Murray for MVP conversation is finally taking up.
That 5'2" quarterback is a fraud. Damn it, messing up my parlay.
he runs like a baby.
No, you see,
Like,
it
you know,
said
like,
he
'cause he
runs
has
like a
short legs.
badass little kid.
Yeah, like he runs like a toddler. Like it's mad funny.
Yeah, for sure.
But they did
Teddy,
not look
Teddy,
good.
Teddy looks great. Robbie
looks-
Anderson also looks great. I love to see it. Temple South doing the damn thing. Carolina 2-2.
Now Teddy looked like this is my first time really watching the game, and
Yeah.
it's like with no CMC, like Teddy looks good, man.
Hey,
And the fact that they're 2-0 without CMC.
Exactly.
the Carolina Panther Owls.
Yeah, we love it. Temple South, baby.
It's like the fucking Bearcats, the Adelphi Bearcats.
Yeah.
Fuck's a Bearcat. Fuck's a Panther Owl.
Panther, man, bear pig. Buffalo at Las Vegas. Okay. I mean, this game was.
It was good. It was a good game.
This is bullshit because the Raiders honestly should have won. They've had 3 fourth quarter turnovers. Carr fumbled, Waller fumbled, and I think they had another turnover.
That
too.
Waller fumble hurt.
That
It's
Wa-
weird because I had Waller, but I also have the Bills defense.
Yeah.
So I just recouped those points.
when you bet and when you do fantasy, it's like you it's like being a black person. You just rooting for everybody, man.
I want everybody to do well.
Yeah, exactly.
So
What you call it? Josh Allen MVP conversation. Once again,
He
had
might
another
be,
great-
man. He's cooking. He's as much as you want to hate him, right? Hey,
He is-
wait.
I'm not hating.
I did say last year before season ended, I said don't be surprised if Bills win the division.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's
I had the
fair,
Bills winning that shit. I ain't believing
and now
the Pats.
the Bears. I mean, it's the Bears. The Bulls.
The
Bills.
Bills. The Bills.
The Bills. 4-0. And I mean, the Raiders also are a good team. I mean, they just been stuck playing good teams the past few weeks.
I know Wally's been little iffy last week.
no,
last
he
game
was
was
good.
little-
this week.
I mean, outside
Aside
of
the fumble, he was solid.
He had
solid.
9 catches, 80-something yards.
Yeah,
I mean,
solid.
4 tight end. That's pretty solid.
Someone had said he was in the top 3 or 4 for
Yeah, receiving
tight
yards?
ends, and I was like,
I'm not surprised. He's
I
just
wouldn't put him up.
chugging it. Oh, like ranking?
Yeah, ranking like this year. Statistically, he's a top 5. but not
he's getting the ball a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
but overall, I wouldn't put him up there.
Yeah.
And I like the guy, but
no.
but yeah,
so you're saying he's under Kittle and Kelsey? Pfft.
I would say he's under Kittle, Kelsey, and 2 or 3 other guys. But no, Josh Allen. I mean, he's making the throws. You know, I will say it is. Bomani Jones compares it to a roller coaster, which it is. There was this one particular play, I think, in the 4th quarter where they were driving. I think could have put the game away for good
With the field goal.
and he ends
then
up taking
Josh
a
got the
20-yard
sack. Yep.
sack.
Yeah.
So they had to punt, and then the Raiders go down, score, which gave him a chance to get the onside kick. So it's just little things like that. But no, I mean,
He's still
he's
a young
proven.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He's proven.
But do you
me-
trust
It's
Josh
only year 3.
Trust him? I trust the defense. Still trust the defense more.
I trust him more than the other quarterbacks in New York.
I trust his weapons more than I trust Josh.
Trust all the other quarterbacks in the division.
And I trust him in fantasy. All right. This next game was a little nasty. Indiana at Chicago. Was it Super Bowl 30 something rematch?
There is nothing to talk about here.
I don't wanna talk
that
about
game
it.
was gross.
I'm just
Yeah, it
mad
was
they fucked
nasty.
up. The Bears fucked up my parlay.
Yeah, fucking Nick Foles shit the bed. I'll just leave it there.
Nick Foles is Mariano Rivera when he comes in relief of another quarterback, but as a starter, he's Sonny Gray on the.
No, I'll give you
Yankees.
this. They did make a good point where they were like, without camp, it's not like Foles got to really, like everything's been catered to Mr. Trubisky, so it's not like Foles really got to be Foles.
And Indiana
Yeah,
defense
so-
is also ranked top
Yeah,
3 in the league.
Yeah, their defense is valid.
So
like
whatever.
DeForest Buckner and their secondary.
Yep.
Shout out to Rock.
Yep, exactly.
Rock Yassin.
Take that into account as much as you
Yeah,
want.
but I think the real thing is we're gonna see next week if Foles is. We'll see what Foles is really made of next week. That's what it'll come down to.
for sure.
And again, going 4-0 is hard.
Yes, John has said this repeatedly. Next game, the Eagles at the Niners.
My Eagles coming through for me on the money line to recoup my losses on Sunday.
Wow.
Let's get this money. Honestly, that was just a hard fought. That was a hard fought, much needed win for the Eagles. For the Niners, you can't say it's a letdown or disappointment because you're still without your starting quarterback and 7 or 8 starters on both sides of the ball. So it is what it is. You just got to kind of keep afloat until they get back.
Kittle fantasy owners are
Kittle fantasy owners were going
George
crazy.
Kittle, 15 receptions, 183 yards, and a touchdown on 15 targets. 15 targets, 15 receptions.
And like five of those targets and like 80 something of those yards came on like that final drive when they were trying to win the game. But
Eagles little cheeks.
I mean, they don't got nobody. They have Carson Wentz is throwing to nobodies out there.
That's been his whole career.
Crazy. Which is weird because Aguilar's actually playing really well for the
yes,
Raiders.
for the Raiders.
He decided to catch passes now, but
because there's no one to boo him in Vegas.
But so yeah, Eagles first place in the division too.
1 win.
1 win, 2 losses.
NFC
1 tie.
least.
Telling you, the winner of that division is going to be under 500 this year.
Yeah. It's gonna be like it's just disappointing.
The Eagles really.
It's either 7-9 or 7-8-1.
And you know it's gonna be funny. The wild card team is gonna be good.
Yep.
The wild card team
they're gonna take a home field game away from a team that wins.
There's an extra wild card team this year too, right?
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. So
they're gonna take a game away from
the
a team
entire
that has like
NFC
11
West.
wins.
Yeah, so
basically.
Literally, because the NFC West nobody has a losing record right
There's
now.
a baseball division like that. I forgot where 3 people were in the playoffs.
Sounds like our division.
3 or 4. Oh, there was another one.
Not this year because obviously.
No, I'm talking about
the
this year.
Central. I know the Central was 0-7.
No, it was us because
No,
we had
no.
3 teams. It was the Rays, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays.
There was another
Yeah.
one.
And then I'm trying to think of the other wild card teams. The other wild card team was maybe the AL Central because it was the
Central was
Twins,
Twins,
the
White Sox,
and
and
the Indians.
Yep.
And then you had the
It was the NL Central had 4 teams.
And they all lost.
NL. Wait, when?
Yeah.
This year, the NL Central had the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Reds, and the Brewers.
And they all lost.
Oh, really?
They all got
Who's
sued.
the 5th team in that division?
Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
NL East only put 1 team in.
wow.
Well, 2. Sorry.
Too. And they're both still in it. They're both playing against each other. I don't like that, by the way. Like in baseball, like literally all of the matchups are divisional opponents.
It just happened that way.
It's kind of crazy how that happened because you got AL West versus AL West. You got AL East versus AL East. You got NL East versus NL East, and then you got NL West versus
more
NL
compelling though, because it's rivals. It's
Yeah.
just nothing but rivalries.
West. Yes. Indeed.
Oh, boy. All right.
But that's it for football and how we in those games. So I guess
Time for picks.
time for picks.
Primetime Picks, baby.
All right, everybody. So it is now time for our weekly segment of Primetime Picks, featuring yours truly, Worldwide West, also known as the Deacon of Demon Time. So following last week, week 4, our boy John had the best week. He was 4-0. So shout out to him.
You already know.
Okay, all right. I wasn't exactly, the best fan of that, but fortunately, I didn't have the best week. I was 2-2. Matt was also 2-2. Justin came in 2nd place and was 3-1. Great job, you guys. So now, as a leaderboard stand, we have John in 1st place. No, Justin's in 1st place. Wow. Yes, Justin, 13-3.
Yeah, hit the
is hard.
button. Hit the button.
Yeah, hit it. Yeah, there you go. And then followed by the man in the middle, and then me at 10-6, and then Matt at 9-7.
Wait, what am I at?
12-4.
Okay, so I'm 1 game back.
1 game back, yes. 1 back in the lost column, and I would be 3 back in the lost column. But it's a new week, which means another opportunity for a winner. So with that said, Thursday night football, Buccaneers at Bears. Give me Mr. Brady.
Yeah, it's Bucks all day. If Foles beats Brady though again,
Give me the Bears.
bro, the jokes are going to fly.
Oh no!
John really doesn't want to get to 1st place, huh?
He might. I don't know, son. Matt, what's the word?
500 a week. I'm gonna play it safe with the Bucks.
Okay, there it is. There it is. All right. This should be an interesting one. I might take the over in this game. Vikings at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Seahawks?
Fuck the Vikings, dog.
Wow. Cool.
Fuck Kirk Cousins.
Wow. Matt,
Such anger.
I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty strong.
All right.
Strong reaction.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess this is what we're doing.
I would take the over though.
Yeah, I would definitely take the over.
We'll get to that in the next segment.
There it is. We're doing Seattle. Hopefully I spelled that right. We got the Colts at the Browns. The 3-1 Colts at the 3-1 Browns.
Hey man, the Colts defense is legit, but the Browns got their swagger back. Dog.
Give me Baker.
This is Sunday night?
Sunday. No, this is game of the week.
Give me the Browns, dog.
Yeah.
Give me the Browns.
I'll take the Browns as well. Matt.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Wow.
Do the Brown. Do the Brown.
Wow.
Say do the Brown.
This
do the
might
Brown.
be a, what's it call it? A not difficult week then. There it is. There it is. Cool. Chargers at Saints. This is an interesting one. But on the road,
This is what's.
and the Saints already won it 0-1 for Monday Night Football.
This is Sunday night or
Monday night. COVID permitting. Give me Justin Herbert getting his first win on the road.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll go Saints. I'll go Saints.
Go Saints.
At the Dome. Yeah.
I like the Chargers, but give me the Saints.
Okay.
Is Michael Thomas coming back soon?
We don't
Your
know.
word?
We don't know yet. Should be
'Cause-
coming back soon, but
I don't know, man. I like that Herbert kid, man.
You
But
like
he's
that Herbert
traveling.
kid?
He's
Hey, man.
traveling. He's going to New Orleans.
they blew 2 leads against 2 of the better playing quarterbacks in the league right now. So I don't know. Third time, I gotta have faith in my boy Anthony Lynn. Matt.
Give me the
That's if they
Chargers.
get a lead.
Matt. Come to the dark side. Who
It's
will be-
racist, yo.
Oh wow. Well, there you have it. That is this week's picks.
We are locked in.
Yes. That is all we have this week for Primetime Picks. We will see who will prevail this week. May the odds be ever in our favor. Oh.
And if you guys are listening, we're about to go into our next segment, which is just for football, and it is just for betting. We're going to our NFL picks and odds segment, which is going to be us going through every game and letting you know what we think you guys should bet on. So if you're Michael Jordan to this shit, or you're trying to get into it and make a little bread, go check that out. That's a YouTube exclusive segment.
And yes, I mean, that's pretty much it for us here for episode 61. Follow us at Saratobi Sports on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go check out the betting video. It's a YouTube exclusive if you haven't already, if you want to get into it or anything like that. Yeah, follow me at Offended Narwhal. Guys?
Big facts. Y'all already know the situation. Yeah, man, just make sure y'all staying safe out here on the streets. COVID is obviously still going on, bro. So just
Don't
make
be like
sure
the
y'all.
president.
Yes, y'all just be responsible. Yeah, man, sports. Have fun, enjoy, keep watching. NBA Finals. You got football in full effect, and yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. So yeah, don't listen to them. Trump said he's built different. He said R.I.P. to those 200,000, but I'm built different. No, seriously, take this virus serious. And Black Lives Matter. And we're still alive for Lakers in 5. Let's go. And by the time they hear us, we're gonna be recapping the NBA Finals.
Yeah, isn't that
'Cause
crazy?
even if it goes 7, we'll still.
It'll still have been done.
Yep. So yeah. Later, everybody.
Catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion,